How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another one bar build in Gedonia. Today we're going to be using the Dark Knight armor set. Let's dive in and have a look at the armor. So as you can see, we've got the skull helmet, very heavily armored as well. Perfect for a Dark Knight. You see all the little skulls and the shoulder pads, even the belt. Very dark armor set, of course. So this will be your Death Knight, I suppose you'd call it. Oleg has chosen to call it the Dark Knight. But yeah, let's dive in and check out the armor bonuses that you can get for the item set. With the two pieces of the Dark Knight set, so your drain health ability applies instantly and can drain health from all enemies nearby. Shadow Weave now only does direct damage and knocks enemies down. And with the 5 item bonus, all of your summons are instant. Dark Pact adds powerful buff for each destroyed minion. Now let's check out the stats. Mid-range physical and magic absorption. Got a pretty decent boost to dark magic spells. Pretty decent boost to health. Low stamina boost. A mana boost as well. Melee damage, which is pretty decent. And also magic resistance. And of course, the cloak that we use is the Cloak of Shadow, which gives us a boost to critical strike chance, fair chunk of health, a very heavy damage increase with melee, and also the crit damage multiplier. Now with the other accessories, I chose to pick 2, which would be the Bone Serpent set, just 2 items, the necklace and the ring, and the Butcher Trinket and the Butcher Ring. So with the Bone Serpent, when you have 2 of the items, you get 200% dark magic bonuses, and plus with the necklace, you get 150 to dark magic and you get 130 to dark magic. When you have 2 items of the Butcher set, every melee attack has a chance to slash the target with Butcher Hatchets, dealing 200% damage. And you'll also grab a 140% damage increase with the ring and a 160% damage increase with the trinket. I chose that just to balance out the magic and melee portion of this build. Let's have a look at the weapon. So the weapon that we chose for this build is the Spear of Hardened Blood. So each attack gives stackable damage increasing buff. Blood Demon form is active, increases its duration by 1 second per stack. And every attack has a chance to spawn Bloody Spike Strike to an enemy around you. Bloody Spike explodes after striking. So random target will get damaged every now and then. And also, we do decent damage with it. It is a bit slow, but we get an increase to jumping height and also blood healing as well. Let's jump into the stats. So in Ferocity, we have Powerful Strike. This is going to be our single target main damage dealer. So we'll be dealing about 560% damage each Powerful Strike. Next up we have Rage, which also increases our melee damage by 1% each hit because we have two-handed weapon. Angry Strike, which will be released when we reach 50 Rage. Piercing Strike that reduces armor by 50% for 10 seconds. And also Killing Frenzy, which doubles our rage generation. Next up we have Melee Damage level 5, just gives us a flat increase to melee damage by 70%. And also Two-handed Weapons level 2. And our damage is increased by 30% and attack speed by 20. And also 4% critical strike chance when we have two-handed weapons. Next up we have Mastery, which of course we have Enchant Weapon. So we can just enchant our weapon with whatever element that we choose. And also level 2, we can use that cleaving attack that deals 50% of main weapon damage and is also scaled with melee and magic damage bonuses. Then we have level 4 Rend, which gives us a 20% chance to cause bleeding to an enemy. Piercing Strikes level 2, so we have a 33% chance to inflict a debuff to an enemy that increases their damage received by 1% each stack. And also the trauma effect, which reduces movement and attack speed by 20% for each stack, which reduces their movement and attack speed by 20% for 15 seconds. Then we have level 4 Fencing, which increases our combo and also deals an additional armor piercing effect with 100% chance when we finish that combo. So you really want to finish your combos and then you can get them stacks higher and higher and higher. Next up we have Blood Magic. So we just want our bloody attacks level 3, 10% chance to restore 8% health. Our Hunger for Blood, more enemies that are around us, the more attack and movement speed we'll gain. Every enemy increases this number by 5%. Next up, we have Leeches level 2. So this is just the passive ability. After you down an enemy, has a 100% chance of spawning a blood-sucking leech, and they will attack enemies and restore your health for a limited time. So the more enemies you can down, the more health that you can slowly siphon. And then we have Bloody Frenzy, which just increases our bloody attacks, triggering by 20%. Next, in defense, we just got our defense mastery skill, and that just increases our total health pool by 30%. We get Dark Element level 2, so this will just curse enemies around us randomly. And with our enchant weapon, it deals shadow damage with attacks, so we'll be dealing a little bit more dark damage to enemies. Next up, we have Dark Pact, so this kills all summoned skeletons and restores 15% health and mana for each of them. And this will get pretty wild because of our armor set bonus. Then we have Drain Health, and this drains the health of an enemy target. With our armor set, it drains all health with enemies nearby. Then we have Shadow Weave, level 3. It sends a wave of shadow that curses enemies, damaging them and increasing damage they receive for 30 seconds. And also heals summoned skeletons for 50% of their health. Now, Shadow Weave only does direct damage and knocks down an enemy because of our armor set. Next, I chose Raise Skeleton Mage. So again, with this armor set, we can get raised skeletons instantly. We don't have to wait for a cast time. And also with our Dark Element, it creates shadow skeletons that can heal and curse enemies, that can heal our allies and also curse our enemies. That's what we're going for. And we also got Dark Power level 5, which just increases our dark magic spells and our minions by 70%. Next, in the talents, we have 5 points in health bonus, so an extra 500 health. 5 points in melee, which gives us a massive 250% melee damage. Then we also got magic bonus, level 5, which increases our magic damage by 125%. Defense bonus, 5% for our armor and magic resist. And also speed bonus, which increases our attack speed and movement speed by 1.25. Let's see what damage we can do with this build. So here we have ourselves at the Frost Ogre encampment again. Let's buff up our weapon. Wait for the buff to... Wait for the cooldown so we can buff ourselves again. Here we go. Now, before you go into combat, you want to just summon all of your skeletons and then use Dark Pact. Now this will give you 30 health every 3 seconds, increase attack and cast speed by 30%, increase your melee damage by 270%, and will also increase your dark magic power by 108% for 2 minutes. This is huge. You want to do that, and then what you can do, you can just summon your skeletons again. We're going to refresh that and we're going to just resummon our skeletons, and then we're going to go in. We can just run in, gather these guys, do our damage, use Shadow Weave. Oh, we got hurt. All right. Back to full health with Drain Health. So we are dealing a ton of damage. And also we've got all of these guys just shooting. Alright, well, let's move on to another target. Get another 3. Drain all their health. Oh, our Dark Pact's gone. Let's summon all these guys back. There we go. Get a Shadow Weave out. Powerful Strike. Like, you can dominate with this. This is so unfair. See, we did 26,000 damage to them just by using our enchant weapon. They're gone. I haven't even looked at my health. Also, with this spear, it has the Power of Blood ability, which can have 20 stacks, and that also increases your melee damage by 200%. With this build, you can definitely dish out a lot of damage. And if an enemy hits you and hurts you, just heal. Drain health. You'll gain full health every time. And the army of skeletons that's behind you, that's supporting you, it's actually a pretty crazy build. For a take on a Death Knight or a Dark Knight, you can do some serious damage. The only downside is, I suppose, maneuverability. Getting in and out of combat. Really, you don't need to. You can pretty much heal through it. Just jumping from target to target, putting your curse on everything. It's pretty insane. Melee boosts that you can get with this build using the Dark Pact trick and also the Power of Blood with the spear. Your melee damage goes pretty crazy. But let me know what you guys think. That'll do it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this build. This was a really fun one to make and play around with, but that'll do it from me. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you in the next one. Alright guys, take care.